So, hi everyone, this is going to be just one big video for all the signs for the new moon in Taurus. So, I'm going to get back on it with the YouTube. So, let's go. Right, so, Aries. What have we got for Aries? I'm shuffling the abundance card because the Taurus new moon is all about abundance. And it's about luxury, it's about grounding, it's about connecting with the earth, and lots of other things. So, what have we got for Aries? And I'm just going to spend about 5 minutes on each sign, unless I change my mind. No idea if I'm looking at the right camera or not. So anyway, find my way as I go along. Right, that's always my way. Raw and real. What have we got for Aries? Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising. I was like, what have I missed out? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Yeah. So, Sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. Yeah, so there really is something Aries placement about having found yourself or been finding yourself lately in a space of just lack, and I don't feel this is just necessarily money, although it definitely is for a lot of you. It's lack of anything. So lack of love, lack of friendship, and when I say friendship, like lack of feeling like you're on the same page as people. But I more feel it's like people that you're usually, or you have been on the same page as for a long time, you're finding that you're not anymore. And it's about that kind of, are you going to cling on tight to things that no longer resonate, situations or even people? And I would say, whether it's a situation like a job, like I can think of loads of people where they absolutely know that it's not the right job, not the right situation, and there's other careers they'd love to be in. I can think of loads of people with, particular spiritual path, and they're hanging on tightly to what they know. And there's an element of feel the fear and do it anyways, Aries, because we're all about the courage. I've definitely been there myself when I worked in childcare. It took a couple of people saying to me, like, look, Claire, we all love that Reiki thing that you do, and you're psychic and you're healing and all that, but it's time you move on and go and do what you're really here to do. And I'm always grateful. I always think back on that time in my life, and everything was going really wrong as well, and that feels very relevant right now. Like, where are you pushing? Where are you resisting? And where are things just feeling a bit forced, or like you're tightly holding on to something because you don't want it to change? Just let go. I know it's painful. I'm going through a lot of this myself, or having just went through it, rather, or still going through stuff like that. And it's kind of like, it is part of the Ascension process, guys. And I'm actually going to pull, an Ascension card here. I've been 3 minutes already, so I'm going to try and wrap this up. But it's, I'm going to pull an Ascension card in a minute too. But I really do feel for a lot of Aries placement, Sun, Moon, Rise and Venus, but we've all got a first house and we've all got Aries somewhere in our chart. You really are going through a huge time of change. Very much the Phoenix rising coming to mind and I'm very connected to the eagle energy. That's why I'm wearing this. But there is just this element of needing to go with the flow and, gracefully letting go of what's not meant to be anymore, whatever area of life that is. And so, letting go of that lack energy, because wherever you're feeling like things are falling apart, it's so that better can fall together, is what I'm hearing, well, Spirit say. And remember, I'm Aries, Sun and Venus, so that resonates for me. Right, and we've got, for Aries, I'm going to be strict with what I pull. Past life, yeah. So, look, your past life is really coming up for review here. Your gifts are really, I feel Spirit really pushing you to share more of your gifts. And I mean, again, that absolutely resonates for myself. It just seems to be a never-ending story for me in that area, but it definitely is. Like, where are you holding yourself back? Where are you dimming your light? Where were you perhaps doing that, not realising that you were doing it to keep others comfortable, and so that things didn't change in your life? Because sadly, when you shine your brightest, people do change around you, and it is just a fact, and it's a sad fact, because, you know, definitely I've found that sad for years now that I've had my page for 7 years, and there's a big theme of 7 years. That was in the daily reading today. You know, because 7 years is a karmic cycle. So if you're noticing things ending or looking like they're ending round about now, it really is because they need to. And again, I never thought about that in my business, but that's true. It's like I'm being pushed in different directions, or just braver directions. And I really do feel that's because I've come in with particular past life gifts that really need to be shared now. So, wow, that's heavy. Right, so remember, when I'm talking about myself as well, particularly for Aries, because I have got so much Aries energy, it's always going to have relevance to somebody that's listening. I'm hiccuping whenever I hiccup, or I sometimes burp, but I don't tend to burp loudly, if you know what I mean. It's me releasing energy. It's I pick up people's energy and I transmute it. So because this is going to be about an hour or probably a bit longer, that's very likely to happen. So, right, what else have we got for Aries? I've went over the 5 minutes already, but a couple of minutes is taken up by me. Well, I don't know about, yeah, by me saying what's going to be. What have we got for Aries? Right, we've got you are healed. The healing you've prayed for is on its way. So again, being Aries, I'm happy to see this. But it really is about, I really do feel you've had quite a bit of a tough time. And whatever it is, you've been putting your thoughts, your feels out to spirit, asking for help, asking for healing. Just know that it's absolutely been heard. Your loved ones in spirit, your power animals, your guides, your angels, whatever it is you resonate with, everybody is coming together to really help you sever these ties of lack and poverty and ties to past lives, and so that you can bring out the good bits of those past lives. And I got chills at my head there at my crown chakra. The gifts that you came in this life to heal and to hear. Did you see what happened there? So, and what ascension message do we need for Aries? We've got Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Yeah, so it's very consistent here. You know, you are being called to journey somewhere else. I feel things changing up for you. I do feel there's been a bit of resistance there, but let go or get dragged kicking and screaming in my experience, especially lately. Right, what love message have we got? So these are the Lover's Oracle. So this could be a message for you and your current partner, a message for those of you that are single, or a self-love message. We'll just trust whatever comes up. So just remember, it's not going to resonate for absolutely everyone that listens to it. So just take what bits of this resonates and leave the rest. I've also got a self-love card after this. This might be too many, but okay, we're doing it now. So we've got playfulness. Right, so I feel with all that heavy energy that I've been picking up on for Aries, it really is time to get back in that energy of playfulness. Get into things that are going to pick up your energy. You know, hang around with people that are going to make you laugh. You know, I really do feel, whether you're somebody that usually is providing the laugh, I want you to get around people that make you feel wanted, make you feel loved, make you feel heard, make you feel safe. I really do feel that all that energy has been pretty rough, and you really need to inject a bit of fun, a bit of playfulness. And these are the Lover's Oracle, so perhaps there's a wee bit of fun coming in there for the people that are single, and perhaps there's an injection of romance in your current relationship. Or if you're, you know, single and not even bothered about love, whatever, just, you know, get in a playful vibration, being around people that, you know, make you happy. As we draw me to do what makes you happy, be with those who make you smile. You know, if you've fallen into that kind of victim consciousness mode for a little while, which I really do feel you will have, because I know that I did. You know, we all have to fall into that for a bit. But again, pick yourself up, dust yourself off and crack on. Aries are warriors, and it's time to bash on with the fun parts of your life now. Laughter is the best therapy. Have fun, have some fun together, and remember, Love is the greatest healer. So, and then, so these, I'll probably spend 10 minutes on each sign now. So, and what have we got as a self-love message for Aries? 2 came out. I let go of limitations and recognise the true beauty of my being. So that really makes sense with what I was saying about wherever you've been dimming your light, it's time to stop that and bring it out. You know, it really does feel that the same message always comes through for Aries whenever I record these. And I know I tend to leave a long time in between, but it does feel like that. I visualise all my limitations falling away one by one until I'm safe, healed and whole. So that matches with the healed card. I'm surrounded and filled with infinite wisdom. That's linked to the past life card that I pulled as well. I am one with the very power that created me. This power loves all its creations, including me. So I really do feel that's about being kind to yourself after going through a difficult time of change. And I hope that resonated with you, Aries placements. Please like, comment, let me know below, and subscribe if you absolutely subscribe if you haven't done that already, please, and share with anyone else that you might find will enjoy this. We'll go straight on to Taurus. I'm going to tick off my wee list. I don't tend to forget any signs, but just in case. Right, what have we got for Taurus on this Taurus new moon? So if you are, I know lots of Taurus moons in particular. I know lots of Taurus I was just thinking, I'm thinking it's someone's birthday I know really soon, actually. I know lots of Taurus moons in particular. I know lots of Taurus as well. So what have we got for the Taurus sun, moon, rising and Venus for money or abundance? Oh my God, that's mental when that happens. We've got Sever, vows of poverty again. So I just pulled this card for Aries. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. So again, Taurus is about abundance, which is why I chose to use these cards. But I really do feel, Taurus, you know, probably because you, like say, you are to do with abundance wherever this placement lands for you. I've actually got Mercury retrograde in Taurus. I really do feel that this feeling of lack, that card feels like it's going to come out for a few more signs. This feeling of lack needs to go. You are the sign of luxury. You are the sign of abundance, whether that be money or good times in your life, calling in more happiness, more love, whatever it is you want. And if you're already in a place of abundance, of a abundance mindset, luxury, call more in. You deserve it. You're worthy. You're loved. Call more in for yourself. Is what I want to say. And the accompanying card from this deck is Spring, Awakening, Project, Renewal. Yeah, I really do feel you're pulling in this awakening energy, this energy of spring. You know, we're in spring, really pretty much about to go into the summer soon, and it is about like bringing in that new energy for you. And of course, this is your new moon if you are a Taurus moon in particular, but wherever you've got that Taurus, it's important. Remember, we've all got Taurus somewhere if you've chosen to watch all of the signs, which I advise people do because they all blend into one another. So enjoy this time of new beginnings, this fertile time of bringing in the new. And we've got communicate with your angels. Oh, actually, I've just thought of a client that's a Taurus that I'm being shown. Communicate with your angels. You have the ability to connect with the beings of love who surround you. When my nose gets that itchy, by the way, I have got hay fever, but I've not actually had the symptoms, apart from a bit of an itchy eye now and again, because I'm taking tablets for it, but that's when loved ones and spirit are coming in. So it's important with this message. You have the ability to connect with the beings of love who surround you. And it's funny because I just thought of my client as a Taurus, who I always think of angels for. Connect with your angels and deliver their healing messages to others. I actually think I pulled that for her once. So that's a message for you. I'll make sure I show you if you didn't see it, because you are a wise soul. So that's really going to connect with my client and whoever else needs to hear that. Your soul carries ancient wisdom. Please embrace it as you have the knowledge to help those around you. So please don't doubt that. Your awakening message, oh, there it is already, is trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Yeah, so you've been feeling, you know, spirit been trying to tell you, your loved ones and spirit with me itching my nose that much, your angels, whatever it is you choose to call your your guidance system. Some people call it guides, so somebody watching this must call it, my guides are telling me this, my guides are telling me that. Sorry, I'm not meaning to take the piss, it's just I'm not really one of those people that are like, oh, my guides are telling me this, my guides are telling me that. You know, I think most of the time I just say they're telling me. And so yeah, it's kind of like, but whatever you want to call it, it really doesn't matter. There is just something about trust what that guidance is telling you, because it's true. And your love message is freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So again, this is about the Lover's Oracle, but look at that. She's bursting out of a flower. There's a rainbow behind her head, which I always see is about hope. There's a sun there behind her head, or a moon, whatever you want it to be. But again, you know, these are the Lover's Oracle, but that is one strong woman bursting out of a flower. And I really do feel that is really going to resonate for someone in particular about this time of freedom. Freedom coming into your freedom coming into your life, and it's been long overdue, and they're pulling me into the hummingbird on a beautiful birthday card that a lady in my membership who's a soul sister put her artwork on a card for me. It's beautiful, so I really do feel the hummingbird might be quite specific to someone watching this. So I have respect for my body and I treat it well. I affirm positive things about my body and tell it I love it often. Now this is interesting because Taurus is all about the body. And of course this is the Taurus new moon. So I really do feel it at this time. You know, you're being guided to really look after your body, treat it with love. I feel like Aries message, you've been through a lot as well. It's time to sever the vows of lack wherever it is in your life. And it's time to really honour your body as the beautiful temple that it is. And we've got, I know and affirm that my body is a friendly place to live in. So again, Taurus is also about self-worth. So I really do feel you're being guided to really honour that beautiful part of you. Whether you are a woman, which I'd assume most of the people tuning into this will be women, but I do have some men that watch, particularly on the YouTube as well. I really do feel whatever that is that wants to burst out and be born again, is wanting to be noticed, is what I want to say at this time. And I would think so when this is your new moon Taurus placements. Right, so so I'm not going to, if the message is finished, the message is finished. So I'm not going to crack on and, you know, keep going when the message is done. So we'll just go straight on to Gemini and make up my own rules. I'm an Aries. Right, so Spirit, make up the rules for me, really. Right, what does Gemini need to know on this Taurus new moon? Oh, it's Spirit I usually say. You know, I was just saying, I don't normally say my guides are telling me this, my guides are telling me that. It's I say Spirit. So it really doesn't matter, you know what I mean? It's each of their own. I just think it can be quite limiting sometimes. I've helped mentored a lot of people that are like waiting on some big frickin' Native American guide. As I looked at Native American on that guidebook there. And you know, some people, you might have that. I have one. But again, it's not like, you know, it's not who I deal with all the time. And I don't wait for her to come and talk to me before I pass on a message. Do you know what I mean? So just, you know, if it resonates for you that way, being great. But if it's stalling you and holding you back, waiting on somebody to turn up to pass on the message, then call it out. You know what I mean? Would be my advice if anyone was wanting it. Right, so Gemini. Didn't mean to do some life coaching, spiritual life coaching in the middle of this, but it's coming through. So, Gemini, dreams of abundance. As you sleep, God, your angels and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers and solutions. That actually feels very Gemini. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they contain valuable insights that will help you manifest your desires into reality. Again, Taurus is about that. It's about making it real. It's about manifesting those big dreams, visions you've had, the things you've been writing down, being shown another client that's got a Gemini moon, stuff that you've been talking about, writing down, procrastinating about. It really is time to make that happen now. So make sure that you are taking that inspired action, doing something about it. Whether this is about something in your personal life that you know when you crack on with that, it's going to help you in other areas of life like business, or whether this is something, because I know that's made it sound like business, but I'm being shown scenarios where actually if you help yourself in other areas of your life, it's going to give you that motivation to help your business or your spiritual craft. Because actually I'm being reminded that when I done the challenge there, the my free 5-day challenge, what I actually set myself the task of doing was going to run. And I hadn't went a run in years, right? So that was huge to me. It wouldn't be huge to other people, but what matters is it was a huge deal to me. And when I actually did do it, because I'm not exactly going to let all the 17 women or something, or was it 17 or 22? I can't remember. 17, I think, women that were on the group down. And I really do feel their energy carried me that day. Then I was able to do other things in my business, and I since have been doing that as well. On the down low, guys, we can't be telling all of our secrets straight away, because I've learned that over the 7 years of business, because when I'm too open and I talk about things, the next thing you know, somebody's freaking copying me. But again, listen, let that shit go. So again, I feel somebody watching this with a Gemini placement, I feel you've been getting a bit annoyed about things like that too, about, just kind of, things like that, like with what I just said. But just, again, coming from experience, let it go. There's always going to be somebody with lack of originality doing something like that, and you really cannot allow those people to hold you back. You got to think about all the people that love what you put out and need that healing. Here for a good time, not a long time, is coming into my head. So just make sure you're not holding yourself back out of stuff like that. Doesn't mean you can't get annoyed or angry about it, but don't stay there too long. Right, so and the card we've got for Gemini placements for this is again interesting. Pulled this for Aries, and I'm Aries. As we've got past life again, so gifts review, because I really do feel like Aries, your past life gifts. Oh, and I know someone that's Aries, Gemini moon. That's interesting that this came out for both. Is that I know a few people that have got that placement. That basically, your past life gifts. So it's a few things. Like, I actually feel for the Gemini placements, it's like they're wanting to burst out. Yes, like I said to Aries, but also like things are coming up to be released. Like vows of poverty. I pulled that for the last two signs, like that card for the last Aries and Taurus. Feelings of lack need to be cut now, so that these dreams of abundance can come in for you, so that you can really bring about these gifts from your past lives that want to come in. But I really do feel you're needing to review where there's any issues coming up and repeating patterns from past life that need attention. So I really do feel, soul retrievals or looking into your Akashic records, seeing where there's some past life healing needed, past life regression, something like that. And really, with someone you trust, really clearing what needs to be cleared there. And again, that can look like, I'm being shown with a client recently, and that's funny because you'll know who it is when you're watching this, but it was somebody that's got the Aries Sun, Gemini Moon, and it was my crystal clear clarity session, where it really does involve, it's 90 minutes of me listening to the person with what's around for them at that point. And holding space. And because of the nature of my soul's blueprint, like people's unconscious and suppressed and pushed down stuff, or the stuff that they're hiding from others, and even from themselves most of the time, it surfaces in that space. And so sometimes it will involve me doing a meditation or a journey, or some form of energy healing. But really the way that Spirit work with me is everything I do is activating your DNA if you've been drawn to me, including when you're watching this video. So I don't really need to bring out all the big guns and stuff, or hypnotherapy when it feels relevant. Sometimes that is enough, and the person gets exactly what they need. And that was recently that conversation, that healing conversation. I prefer to go, I'm a trained counsellor, but I prefer to call it talk therapy lately. It really does help somebody get the clarity that they needed to break free from something that's been keeping somebody stuck, is what I'm feeling drawn to say. So again, if that is anybody watching this with a Gemini placement and you're feeling like you really need to be getting help in that area, just know that is, I'm going to wrap this up, I think I've gone on 10 minutes again. That is something that I do. My really big session, which is a couple of hours at least, is the Chakra Soul Empowerment, which is basically what I've just spoke about, the Akashic records, looking at your soul's blueprint, everything that has been, everything that is right now, and everything you've got potential to be, and people's lives have changed from that I've got that with me. Actually, the woman that I mentioned earlier in the video, Bridget, actually, that I've done an interview with on the page there, it was in her chakra soul empowerment that I saw her art really taking off, and at the time she was just doing that as a hobby, and she'd sent off sending that in my inbox. And if you hadn't saw that interview, I actually keep meaning to put that up on the YouTube channel. It was an amazing interview. And yeah, I'm just so proud of her. And there's many more people like that where I've spotted something that would be amazing for them to be doing, and it's come to fruition. It's crazy. It's amazing to see. So let go of anxiety, calm your nerves, and you'll be able to hear the voice of your angels. So I really do feel nerves have been getting the better of you of late, or might be at this new moon Gemini placements, and it's probably because Venus, planet of love, and Mercury is in Gemini at this time. So I really do feel that's putting, oh god, I can feel the anxiety. That's interesting. I've got a couple of Gemini. My North Node and my Chiron is in Gemini. I really do feel, the feelings of anxiety is coming up quite strongly there at this new moon. But that it's a dark moon as I'm filming this, and the new moon often does bring up feelings of anxiety. So it's just because you are being called to align your life. Whatever is not for your highest good, let it go. What's no longer in alignment with who you truly are, that message coming through for a lot of the signs. And just remember, you're part of a team that's here to be channeling and uplifting humanity. You may be on a double mission. You may feel aligned with the Pleiades. I know that I certainly do with my North Node there in particular, and my Chiron in the 7th house. My work helping the twin flames is a massive part of my work. So perhaps you resonate with being on the twin flame journey too. I would say if you're watching this, that's probably going to be 98% of the people watching this. You'll know though. Right, so speaking of twin flames and love, what have we got? Oh, of course, we're in Gemini. Of course, that's going to be coming up when we're in the sign of the Chims. The Chims? The Chims. Chums, twins, what was I going for there? What have we got for Gemini placements? Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. So that's like when I said about letting go. So again, I feel like a bit similar age, there's been a feeling of past life things holding you back, past life connections. You've been anxious about it. You're being called to let go of what no longer serves you. Being called to really push yourself on your mission where you've been holding yourself back. Accept it, let it be, let the cookies crumble where it may, whatever. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now's the time to give yourself, because of that anxiety. And look, she really does look like she's having a fucking panic attack or something. I know it doesn't look like it, but she's curled up in a ball, and that's what sort of came to me. Probably some of the people picking up on the strong energies of the Schumann resonance, because I've not been on Instagram for nearly 2 weeks now. I've not even clicked on at all. So, yeah, I'm just needing a bit of a break from social media. She says as she's filming a YouTube video. But again, that's meant to be, because now I'm doing this and it's pushed me onto here. So, if I follow my inner wisdom, I'm at peace with my own being. And that's not a coincidence, I just said that everything happens for a reason. I'm spending a bit of time off there, but it's pushing me on here. And so, interesting. So, I completely trust the intelligence within me to guide me to the right path. The universe supports me in every positive way. So, someone needed to hear that. Right, so like I say, it's so interesting. I was being shown a few people that I work with, or, friends of mine, or both, because usually people are both, that I've got those placements. Right, so next we've got Cancer placements for the Taurus new moon. What does Cancer placements need to know? I'm writing the time because I'm going in a trance and I'm forgetting. So some signs are going to have longer, and that's just the way it is. Right, so, and some have got 2 cards apparently too. So Cancer placements for the Gemini, Taurus new moon. You've got exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. The key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun, meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. Well, I've not got a Cancer placement that's really strong, but that resonates with me. So there is a need to get moving your body, Cancer, Sun, Moon, rising, Venus, and I can actually think of a few Cancer placements that, again, that I work with that would resonate with. Do the work, yeah. So again, this is interesting. This is a conversation I had with a few people recently about where have you been doing the work, especially when it comes to exercise, but actually you've not been balancing it out with taking action. So I can think of a few people I've spoke to recently, like two or three people, where it's all things to do with exercise and weight and stuff, and it's like, you know, they'll felt like they've done everything they could, but then actually they needed to balance actually doing it. Do you know what I mean? So like they might have tried lots of different diets or different, I'm not a fan of diets, but you know, different sort of things to help, but then you actually need to do something about that. And then there was somebody else that was the opposite. It was like they do a lot of physical activity, but they were needing to marry it with something else. I think it was doing a bit of energy work or, you know, journaling to work out the feelings. So, you know, you know what, take what resonates, leave the rest. But there's something about doing the work here. Like, you know, you've been doing too much of the work in one area. You need to balance it out. Balancing the masculine and feminine. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you're being divinely guided to take. This is crazy because this is literally what I just channeled to someone in a session recently. It was the last session I'd done actually, like last week. That's crazy. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. So there you go, interesting. And we're going to be going to the flower cards in a minute. So Cancer placements, what have we got for Cancer placements for Taurus, New Moon? We've got summer, taking action, fruition and intellect. So for Cancer placements, yeah, there's something about, oh my God, that's so tied in. Do the work. There's something about, and this is interesting because with the people I spoke to last week, you know, there was a theme in the one day about, you know, you've just got to take the action. And it's interesting because I'm in a scenario right now where it's the same with me. You know, you can get all the advice in the world, you can sit with spirit, you can meditate, and it just comes down to, you know, you've got to take the action now. Do you know what I mean? It's scary. I know it's scary when you got to feel the fear and do it anyway. And there is something about something coming to fruition and needing to take action with something. So wow, that's a strong message coming through there. And Cancer placements. Cleanse your energy, African Violet. When you release negativity, the answer to your question shines through. So again, yeah, you know, you could be getting yourself in a bit of a tizzy. I feel like overthinking, overcomplicating, perhaps like making excuses, I feel, for why something's not working. But I feel if you really sort of do the shadow work yourself, or with a counsellor or a healer or somebody that does all of these things like me, if you resonate with me, you'll really, you'll dig deep and you'll find what the root of the problem is. And then the answer to what you need to do will shine through. And again, this is exactly what the last 3 sessions I've done with people were towards the end of last week. And your Ascension message right now is to, oh my God, I love this message. I wish I did have a strong Cancer placement, but I've got it somewhere. You need to leap, you need to go first, and the universe will catch you. So that's a really strong, consistent message coming through. And also there's a full moon behind our head. So I really do feel the Sagittarius full moon eclipse that's coming up on the 26th of May, there will actually be a powerful one for you for these leaps of faith. So look out for that. And your love message on this new moon is to surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out, right? So yeah, there is something about taking action with something. I feel you've been stalling on it. I feel you need to get a bit of support there to cleanse your energy, to know, and to have, maybe to have the courage to leave that. Look, she's leaving the old self behind and taking that leap of faith, and surrender to what comes next. I love that message. And remember, that can be about love because that's the Lover's Oracle, but it didn't appear to be there, Cancer. And self-love message is, with joy, I recognise my perfection and the perfection of life. Each person is a part of the harmonious whole. So it's about recognising that everybody in your life, whether you're perceived to be good, bad, indifferent, whatever, has played a part in your role. I really do feel that's got a lot to do with like karma completing. with people. There's a big cycle of that going on with everyone right now. It's part of the ascension process. It's part of the splitting of the old earth and the new earth that's happening. Yeah, it's intense. It's intense. Right, so what have we got now for Leo? Leo placements, Leo sun, moon, rising, Venus for this new moon in Taurus. We've got let go of guilt. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. And again, this is so funny. They always do that. They don't always do it, but they're doing it strongly tonight. They're showing me like clients that are Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo rising. And this is feeling really resonant with where I've been at with them, where I've been supporting them. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. So again, I really do feel absolutely that is about where you do that to yourself. I also feel it's about where you may do that to others, and just remember that, you know, nobody's perfect, including you. And yeah, there are people in our lives that do things that disappoint us or upset us. But we're all doing the best we can with the knowledge that we've got. So just remember that compassion and love for other people, because, you know, we've pulled the green here in the heart chakra, and I really do feel that heaviness weighing on your heart about yourself or about another. It's really time to let that go now with your placements, because you could be preventing some sort of abundance coming into you, whether that be money, happiness or love. So you don't want to be doing that or allowing more self-loving. And the message that we've got is you are lovable. Yeah, again, this is crazy. I'm being shown a client I'm really close with, and this is such a beautiful message. You're lovable. Love who you are, as you're created perfectly. Everything about your true self is beautiful. So there's a lot there about self-worth coming up. And again, Taurus is about self-worth. It's about valuing yourself, and perhaps showing you where you haven't valued yourself in the past. For lots of client sessions, it's been coming up, and this has been coming up for me too, about, you know, where you may have felt like you're a laid back person with the people in your life. Where could it be that you've actually been low key people pleasing, which can be a trauma response, you know, from not wanting to have people's sharp like reactions, or, you know, not wanting the hassle. And again, I could see Leo placements doing that, because you're all about the happiness and the joy and the love and the fun. But again, you know, it's just not realistic that you're going to get on with absolutely everyone. And Leo, you're meant to shine brightly, so you should be pissing off a few people by shining brightly to be doing it right. And it's kind of like, you know, you really do have to know that you are worthy, and at times you are going to have to piss people off to speak your voice and to clear your throat chakra, and you're still worthy. Like, get it out, let it out is what I want to say. Interesting. I wonder what that's about. And the card that's come out is Priestess, because you are a priestess, so remember that, Queen and King. How are you being called to step up and lead? So Leo is about leadership, remember, and it's about loving leadership. And I really do feel there's something coming in here about needing to connect with your goddess self, your high priestess self, your high priest self, whatever resonates for you. And it's about really tapping into that innate wisdom, that inner guidance, and just knowing that you're worthy of stepping up and being the leader of your own life. They're also pulling me to the leadership card over there. So I really do feel, yeah, there is something about stepping up and being heard at this new moon. Criticising one another will only lead to further unhappiness. So this connects to the first card and, well, all the cards about the heart chakra. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So again, this is the Lover's Oracle. Daisies might be significant to somebody watching this right now too. Daisies usually mean simplify your life, to me, if that's relevant to someone, but it could be a different sign for whatever for someone else there. But I really do feel there is something here. So this is romantic, but I feel this is like anything, like a friendship, family, you know, criticising the other person isn't really going to get you anywhere. And again, you know, I go through this myself, obviously, on my ascension journey. So I can fall into that too. But again, you've got a shadow, the other person's got a shadow, everybody's got a shadow. You know, learn to make peace with that side of yourself. Learn to make peace with the fact that other people have got that. You know, do the work is what I want to say. Is that for... No, that was for the last sign. There was an actual card that said do the work. Do the work. Do the shadow work. Dig deep, Leo. It's going to be worth it. I know that Leo placements don't really like that because, again, they're all about happiness and doing shadow work. It's not going to be too happy. But, again, this is a massive part of my work. Along with supporting the twin flames, guiding and helping the twin flames step up and lovingly lead. It is about helping people to shine bright, which is what Leo's all about. And it is about, people cannot do that unless they do the shadow work. And in my experience, you have to get the support of somebody else to really do that justice. I was going to say properly, but justice is what I want to say. I had some really amazing deep work with people last week where it was difficult to go there with sensitive, fragile topics, but when they did, and I can think of someone that's going to resonate with their placement, but when they did, I know that magical stuff's going to happen from their life, from just accepting that is who they are, and they've drawn me to the just be yourself card over there. Again, accept all parts of you, integrate your shadow, and you will shine the best that you can be. And that's funny because I was listening to something earlier today, and they said, just like a tap has a hot and cold, just like when you're running a bath, it's hot and cold water, right? One is neither good nor bad, but both of them create a blissful experience. And I thought, wow, that is an amazing analogy for that. The shadow isn't bad. It's like you need the light and the dark, and they both create this experience we call life. That is deep and profound. Like I say, a bit of it is mine, a bit of it was from what I heard earlier. I added the last bit. So, I am a beloved child of the universe and have been given everything I need for every experience I shall have. And that's interesting with what I just said. I was born to enjoy life. And again, you certainly were being a Leo placement, so make sure that you are. But there's something about needing to face the pain in order to enjoy it fully. Right, so Virgo placements. What have we got for the Taurus new moon for Virgo placement? Oh my God. Right, we'll take the one on the top. Do the work again. I just mentioned that for the previous sign. So we've got do the work. I'm just being very strict myself to try and just pick one unless they really call. Oh God, okay, this one too. Unless they call to me. So do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray, Virgo placement. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you're being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. So again, I can think of a Virgo placement that's going to resonate with too. It's about basically, actually my Aries sun is in the house of Virgo, so it resonates for me too. It's not enough to kind of visualise it, meditate, pray, set the intention. You've actually got to take the action now. So this might be something quite unpleasant because I was just showing things in my life where it's like, yeah, you've put out the good energy, now you actually need to face it in the physical. Or, whether this is a good thing too. It's about wherever you've put in the effort, now is the time to take the divinely aligned action. So I'm getting hiccups now, that's me transmuting the energy. Employment change is on the horizon, so some kind of change in a natural employment change or a shift in the way that you already work. Your career path is leading in a higher direction with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions and life purpose. Trust that these changes will help you release the old and welcome the new. You're being supported each step of the way. So again, I really do feel that message wanted to be acknowledged there because that one creeped in. And we've also got autumn, abundance, preparation, harvest. Yes, so again, when you're guided to make these changes, I really do feel that abundance is coming in for you because you've really done the work, you've squirreled away, as a friend of mine would say, and you're going to call in that abundance. So I really do feel come the autumn, you're probably going to have you've done the work, the employment change or the shift in your work will be seen, and you'll be pulling in the abundance for it. That's good. And so yeah, open your third eye, and I really do feel if you are connecting and praying and praying, well, that's interesting. I said praying, so maybe somebody really does connect with praying, calling it praying rather than anything else, setting intention, whatever you want to call it, putting the good energy out, connecting. This could even be doing yoga or something, and really opening up your third eye and keeping that connection strong. Again, you know, I don't want to be too controversial in this, but anyway, that's me. So if you don't like that, as soon as you know, if you're new to me, yeah, if you're new to me, you're going to hear me talk like this anyway. So I've tried my best not to swear during this. So I think I've done all right. I've said piss off a few times, I think, like pissed off. But basically, you know, yeah, definitely what I'm noticing is anybody that has been led to be getting a vaccine of any kind, just really watch for your intuition feeling like it's been cut off in a big way, or it's affecting you in some sort of way, because that absolutely can, does, and will happen with that. Might not happen right away, but that is my feeling. I've been seeing it happen already. Yeah, so again, we're each on our own individual ascension journey. I respect whatever decision people make, but also equally can't really understand it when a lot of people are I just don't know why anybody would be trusting to put something into their body that absolute clowns, Mickey Mouse doctors, not real doctors, are saying is going to save them. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, let's move on. So, it's safe for you to open your centre of clairvoyance. By doing so, you'll see the truth. So Virgo placements, I really do feel it might not be about that, but it might be for someone. There is something here about needing to open your eyes to see the truth about something on your awakening journey there. And again, it could just be on a more sort of less intense thing. Something to do with business, shifting something in your business to make it better. But I really do feel there's something about, you know, making sure that you're not cutting off that connection to the divine, and I really hope that's not about from that. But yeah, so inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Yeah, I mean, somebody needed to hear that watching this, so I'd really appreciate it if you're brave enough to put it in the comments below, or definitely email me, you know, to let me know, because I'd be really interested there. Again, I'm going to be guided to share more of my truth. And again, it doesn't need to be your truth. This is just my truth. And it's what I'm really feeling and knowing and being told from Spirit, really from the start of the first lockdown. And I'm not going to keep my mouth shut anymore, because so much change has happened in my life anyway. I've really not got anything to lose. So tune into the portal of your heart, and that feels really connected to what I was just saying there, because that is my feeling, is when people are getting these foreign bodies put in their bodies, it's changing your soul, your soul's blueprint, your DNA. I activate people's DNA to help them connect with their intuition more and their soul's gifts, and that thing is cancelling it out, in my opinion, and cutting off the connection to the heart and making people a bit robotic, really, is what I'm recognising. So I'm really sorry if you are somebody that's had it and that's going to trigger you, but again, it's just it was my feeling before people started getting them, and it's what I'm actually recognising. Just lack of empathy in people that would have really had empathy. Fucking weird. Right, so love message, or wherever it's going to resonate, take what resonates, leave the rest. It's time for reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Yeah, so there's this feeling, there's must be a connection with a blue butterfly there for me to be getting drawn, or a blue flower. You know, that person looks like they're crying, whether it's a man or a woman, it doesn't really matter. We've all got masculine and feminine, but there's something here about needing to give each other a bit of space for reflection. It might not necessarily be in love, it could be friendship, family, something like that as well, but definitely, you know, give it a bit of space at this new moon. And the last message for you is, I'm a beloved child of the universe and have been given everything I need for every experience I shall have. I pulled that for on the other side. I was born to enjoy life. Again, yeah, so things have got a bit heavy of late, and that message got a bit heavy at some points. Just make sure that you are taking care of yourself, you know, really paying attention to your self-love, you know, take a break from the world, or, you know, like connecting with others if you're feeling you need to. I've had to do that. I took a break from social media. I just sort of said to people, you know, I'm not really feeling like I want to be around people right now. And again, a lot of it, unfortunately, here we go now, Libra, is to do with differences of opinion. I can, most of the time, really for the past year, just over a year, I've been able to do that. Like, you know, I've got my opinion, other people have their opinions, but I'm sorry, but when this is coming down to people's lives, again, you know, nobody can force anybody to make decisions for their lives, but it's a public, somebody said that to me once, it's a public responsibility of mine, and it is my calling to educate people where people are interested. And again, nobody's forcing you to watch this video right now, so if I'm triggering you or it's annoying you, like, I was really piss off, but not piss off with love. But again, you don't need to watch it. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to hear it. But again, think about that. Where in your life are you not wanting to hear it? And is it triggering you because you're like, what if this is true? So again, those of you that have followed me for the past 7 years that I've had my online business, you know, like, if you've resonated with all the other messages, then you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm channeling from spirit. I'm extremely psychic. I see beyond the veil. I see beyond, particularly, and you know, this goes for, because I don't think people get what I'm saying, unless you do astrology. I don't think people really get what I'm meaning there. Like, where my Pluto is, which is like psychic detective, is 0 degrees Scorpio. Scorpio is really psychic wherever it is and whatever degree. 0 degrees, super psychic, and it's in the house of deception, illusion, confusion, magicalness, miracles. That's why people have instant healings when they connect with me, and that's literally from a voice note, from a message, from obviously a session, but that's like things like 30-second voice note, or messages a lot of the time, which is why I need to protect my energy too, because people can really manipulate and kind of take advantage of that a bit if I give them room to. I've got more strict with that. But you know, it is definitely about that kind of I see through things that other people don't, because it's the house of the hidden, is what I'm trying to say. It's great for my work because I feel people's hidden pain. It's very fragile, so it means I'm supporting people with really fragile stuff. And sometimes it's really unconscious, like they weren't even aware of what the root of the problem was. But again, that's why I'm a hypnotherapist as well, because I've got many ways, or past life regression, that's what I do as well. I've got many ways to get to the root of a problem. And again, that's a shaman, or that's what a counsellor does. I'm all of these things, or a life coach, I'm that as well. You know, whatever part of my work people want help with, I use the many different spiritual shamanic tools that I've got to help somebody get there. But what I've always had innately in me is that deep psychic ability, that psychic detective ability to see through what other people don't. Whether I can, there's so many occurrences throughout my whole entire life, from being a little girl to now being the 37-year-old woman that sometimes I still feel like a kid that I am, and a wise, you know, old soul. This is my absolute last life, especially during the past year and a half that we've just endured. It's about basically, I've always been able to see where somebody's about to fuck someone over. You know, it's just, and most of the time with me I can see it too, but unfortunately sometimes there are people that hoodwink me every now and again. It doesn't happen all the time, but or I click on it, you know, I what am I trying to say, I get savvy to it, usually right before somebody's about to do the dirty on me, or, you know, fuck me over a little bit, or backstab me. But sometimes I don't get to it. But, you know, I've got a lot of healer friends, so usually somebody else pick. But anyway, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, I do pick up on it, and I have to experience my own life lessons too. So, you know, not all the time I'm going to, but for other people, I'm not going to be modest, shit hot at it. I can always spot where this person seems like they're a good person to this person, but I can feel their motives or their hidden intentions. The difficult thing is I can't always say, because again, it's like that person's life lessons. But if it's somebody really close to me, I usually give them a bit of a heads up, or a bit of a plant and a seed, you know, to help them. But again, it's a difficult part of my path to endure. But again, look what I've just pulled for Libra. I've got to let go of trying to save people in that way, because I've learned from enough experiences of where I try to help people or save them over the years, and I've gotten a lot better at not doing that. I just get like shat on every time, or stabbed the back. I don't really want to go in that victim place of, oh, poor me. It's kind of like, because what I'd say to somebody else is, well, stop doing it then. It's not always that easy. but somewhere along the line, you know when the karma's done, and I keep mentioning about 7-year cycles wrapping up, especially from the 2014 mark. You know, there's a lot of things coming up in my life there. You know, it is time to let that shit go now. You know, you can't be blaming other people. You need to take personal responsibility and let other people make their own mistakes. You know, it's what the message is there for Libra, apparently. So let go of guilt. Again, yeah, because Libra's about people pleasing. And I've spoke about that in some of the other signs. So you might want to watch the whole video if you haven't watched the whole video. But where do you people... I was about to say low-key people please, because that's a trauma response. But if you've got a Libra placement, if you're watching this bit, and we've all got Libra somewhere, we've all got a 7th house of, you know, it's Libra energy. That's usually partnerships, marriage, really any relationship. Or we've all got Libra in our chart. Think about where that is, or have a look, or again, this is one of the sessions that I do. But where do you people please? You will people please in quite a big way if you've got a Libra placement there, or wherever you've got the Libra, and it's time to stop that. It's time to cut that shit out. That's been coming up for me, it's been coming up for everyone that I've been working with. And the only way you're going to manifest your true heart's desire and love and business and whatever it is you want to call in this magical life that we've got this, God, this is strong energy that I'm trying to, we've got this one magical life, and are you going to hold yourself back trying to people please and squashing down your truth, or are you going to just spit it out? Whoever's going to understand is going to understand, whoever doesn't, they're not, you can't force people to understand, and it might be time to let them go, and let go about the guilt of that. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. But what I'd like to add in there is you also trigger others, and other people really won't like it. The right people will be inspired and they'll want to learn from you. Not the wrong people, but other people which may have once been that person might find themselves resisting the shadow work and getting jealous, or, you know, just, yeah, things like that. And you're just going to have to take a step back from those people. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. So again, I really do feel there's a need to let go of the guilt of looking after yourself, because that's what Spirit are guiding if you want to do right now. So listen. Your divine masculine energy within you needs to put a stop to that for the divine feminine. Particularly those of you on the twin flame path, if you're interested in that. And again, Libra is a sign of partnership. You're only going to bring about a healthy connection or improve the connection that you're in if you start putting those boundaries up where they probably haven't been. And basically self-expression, movement, expressing yourself. Maybe you're getting out dancing now, the lockdowns are lifting for a bit. But yeah, basically where do you need to get moving with that, and not kind of passively sitting and letting other people always get their way. You need to speak up. And we've got uplift your thoughts here, and I really do feel situations for Libra placements have been getting you quite down here. I feel Lily might be important here, so I really do feel for some Libra placements, there must be someone called Lily in the spirit world for you there that wants to really be, I know there is somebody that I work with that is significant to, but not in particular a Libra placement, but it must be someone else watching this. Focus your attention on the many blessings that surround you. By doing so, you'll let go of depression, poor self-esteem and excess weight. So again, I really do feel, that this guilt, whatever it is weighing heavy on your heart, and you need to get moving. So maybe it is about actually moving your body if you're carrying a bit of excess weight or something that's weighing you down. I was having this conversation with a lot of people last week. Some people really carry weight well, and they really love their body for where they're at, and other people it's just not who they are. And it's like, I love seeing that when people are carrying a bit extra weight or timber, whatever you want to call it, whatever, how do you say that in a nice way. It's kind of like and they're owning it and they love it. You can tell who's owning it and loving it and feeling good about themselves, and you can tell who's not feeling good about themselves and needs more energy. So wherever that resonates for someone, take what resonates, leave the rest. I really do feel it's just about getting those endorphins, moving your body to help yourself get out of this funk that you've been in. Because you need to take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Now that's funny that I was telling people to move their body, and this is saying get off the treadmill. But that's about, give yourself a break. I feel you've been really overthinking things and beating yourself up. we've also got the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. So where you're really needing to uplift your energy as well, make sure you're following your guidance to people that are soul family, that are going to be able to lift your energy to where you need it. Particularly if you're somebody that's been feeling depressed or down. And beware of what you're projecting, for the qualities you admire in another are qualities you both possess equally, so the qualities you don't like are also your reflection. So there's a need for shadow work there, definitely within relationships, particularly within twin flame relationships, but really any relationship. It could even be friendships here, about whenever you're criticising another, do the shadow work and look with what that's triggering within you. And I feel the card out of this is going to tie in with what I just said there. I am my own unique self. Everyone is unique and different. If we're like other people, then we're not expressing our specialness. Yeah. So again, that really does tie in with what I was just saying about, sorry, I dropped the card, so I'll need to read it. About accepting your differences. You know, because they accept, you know, hopefully they accept yours, you accept theirs. The moment I'm willing to change, it is amazing how the universe brings me what I need. Yes, so just accept what is in yourself and in another, and that's when things change. When we resist that, that's where things go tits up. I trust myself and the process of life. So that means trusting even when things are, like I say, going tits up. That's when you have to trust the most. Libra placements. Right, now, Scorpio. What have we got for Scorpio for the Taurus new moon? This is your opposite sign. So Scorpio placements, your abundance message for this new moon. Scorpio is debt, taxes, other people's money. Taurus is money, finances, assets. So partnership. Allow helpful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. Interesting. That feels like a message for me. I'm Scorpio rising. Got Mars and Scorpio. Mars and Saturn in Scorpio too. So this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rise and Venus. But again, remember, we've all got an 8th house, which is Scorpio energy, and we've all got Scorpio somewhere in our chart. So that message won't resonate with everyone, but it will resonate where it's meant to. So that felt like it was a business opportunity, but this feels like it's also about love as well. Like, look out for partnership coming in where you've been open to bring that in as well, or just like an increased intimacy in an existing partnership. And that can also go for if you're single, you know, really I was about to say uniting, but yeah, really reuniting the, you know, your masculine, your feminine energy, marrying that intuition with that inspired action, or that allowing with that doing, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, I really do feel you're really finding a good balance here in business of knowing when to rest and knowing when to take action, and not feeling like you need to go all the time, because that's when you burn out. So take what resonates. What else have we got for Scorpio? That's shot out. We've got gardening. How random. Gardening, manifesting, planting, reaping. Yeah, but the thing is Taurus is about like gardens and outside and nature and stuff, and it is about manifesting. So yeah, I really do feel like you're going to manifest quicker with whatever this partnership is coming in, whether this is about like a partner coming in for you and they provide that grounding and that anchoring that help you crack on with other parts of life like business, or it is an actual business partner coming in, or somebody help, you know, it could even be that you're getting an assistant or something and it's taking a bit of a weight off in your work, and it's you're helping you manifest, like spend more energy on things that are your energy could be better spent on. And the other message for Scorpio is, because you are a spiritual teacher, share your wisdom with others. You were born to teach. Yeah. So again, this is interesting because with me being Scorpio rising, and this message has resonated for me so far, definitely because I'm, you know, getting people to help me with the bits and pieces of my work as well, so that I can focus on doing stuff like this. This is the bit that I'm good at, this is the bit I love, so get other people to do the fiddly shit. You know, because I need to get my message out there more, I need to share the wisdom that I can often hermit away and keep it in too much. I come in, out, shake it all about, and it's time for that to stop now. I know I say it all the time, but again, I'm really going to make a dedicated effort to really go for it now, because again, my North Node is in Gemini, and we've got Mercury in Gemini right now. It really is go time, so I feel for somebody else watching this, a Scorpio placement, just know that you've got that wisdom inside of you as well, and you know, there's something that you need to teach, there's something that you need to share. So think about who you need to partner with in your life. This could even be that you need to, again, go to a healer to do the shadow work, to see what your blocks are, so that you can easily manifest the things that you want to bring in, so that you can step into that spiritual teacher. Because again, and remember, if you resonate with being drawn to me, I've helped many people, I really need to count that, I've helped many people step in to that spiritual teacher role, mediumship role, healer role, that they didn't even realise that they were here to do. Most people do have that, even if it was a really sort of small whisper, most people do have a feeling, or they secretly wish to be helping and healing in some sort of way. But yeah, I really am somebody, again, I'm here to help. I'm here to lovingly lead the leaders. Whenever anybody else gives me a reading, particularly doesn't know me, they've always, you know, brought through that message that I am a leader. And it's I'm being drawn up to the leadership card that's sitting up there. And it's, you know, I've reluctantly, I've been reluctant about stepping into that role, but you don't need to be some, you know, Hitler kind of leader. Like, you can be a loving leader and do it in your own way. But again, this is about, you need to trust your path. If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? So again, trust the people that you're being guided to help you bring about this wisdom that you've got inside of you, Scorpio placements, because there is something wanting to come out. I'm being drawn to, when it rains, look for rainbows, when it's dark, look for stars. So I really do feel, I mean, when I get pulled up to that sign in the corner of my living room, I really do feel you've been going through a difficult time. And again, I'm Scorpio rising, so I resonate with that. When am I not being Scorpio and Pluto rising? But you know, it's the, like you say, you know, if it wasn't for the darkness, the stars wouldn't shine. So I really do feel you're like a bit of coal that's been polished, and you're going to come out of this a diamond. And it says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Now, well, that's really strong. And it's one person there. So again, this is about love connections, because this is a lover's oracle, but I also feel this is about any kind of close connections in your life. And it's about where you feel, you know, when you can feel like you're peer pressured into replying to a message right away, or after a certain amount of time, particularly with like instant messaging and stuff. You know, just trust yourself when you're being guided not to. Yeah, I was in a situation like that recently, whether it's with social media, like with work, or personal life, and it's about kind of like, because I've got just so much change going on in all areas of life, like I'd really just kind of needed time myself to gather myself together. And again, the people that understand that, especially about like shutting down, or emotionally withdrawing, or panic attacks, you know, because I have panic attacks quite a lot, especially with all the changes going on in this crazy world right now. You know, the right people will understand that, and unfortunately some people just aren't going to understand that. And it might be time to let those people go if they're going to give you a hard time for that. Because again, that particularly with me, you know, I've got ADHD, I've got inattentive ADHD, and shutting down is a part of that. I've got friends that do that. You know, it can be annoying, especially when, you know, people just fucking ghost you out of nowhere. But usually it's not really as simple as that. You know, I can think of, you know, because I help a lot of clients that have either been subject to total narcissist families or romantic relationships in the past, or friendships like that. You know, they can really mirror what's been done to them. So it's complicated. And again, if you're the one watching this and you're putting up with that, you know, you don't need to put up with it. But it's not always as straightforward as, you know, getting rid of someone that's doing that. You know, if there's a lot of love involved there, it can be difficult to do that. But at some point you do have to think about yourself and your own healing. And you have to do deep in your heart, you already know the answer, and you have to do what's right for you. And look, again, she's like the pink butterflies around your self-love. That person's doing what's right for them. They're connecting with their intuition. This is also about a love connection. That felt like more other situations, but imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment, but I also feel that's about absolutely love relationships, but I also feel it's about any close connection in your life where it's just needing healing for the highest good of you and the highest good of the other person, and just put those good intentions out there, even if it's parting ways and connections, whether it be love or any other connection like that, and just, you know, only time will tell. Again, it's lots of people on their own and following their own heart in the back of these cards, and that's not what all these cards are. So again, because the criticising card was below that, by the way, but I've got to move on. And that's just about, you know, wherever you're criticising another, look closer at home, do the shadow work, because nobody's perfect, and we're all doing the best that we can. So particularly where there's been any ill feeling or arguments or anything like that, just let that shit go. Accept what is. They're drawing me the spiral card in the shamanic deck, and trust that when things are falling apart, it's so that better can fall together. And in my experience, whenever there's been drifting in romantic relationships with helping people, or friendships, or even family members, you know, it's definitely happened with friends of mine where I've drifted from people even for a few years, and you think, oh god, well, they were in my life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and then actually you drift back together, like closer again. So, you know, just stay open, but don't hold tight onto things that have changed, because you could be blocking good things coming in for that person that I'm sure you love, even if things have changed, and the same for you. So, you know, accept what is and let it be. And it's safe for me to look within. Each time I look deeper into myself, I will find incredibly beautiful treasures. Yes, so again, that's very much like that quote up there, that, you know, through this darkness, you're really going to find your own beauty. And my inner world is peaceful. So whatever you do, stay in your peace and pull people into your peace rather than getting involved in the drama. And again, we're all only human. It's going to happen, Scorpio placements. But where possible, take a breather so that you don't get involved in drama and gossip too much, because it will just make your life shit. Right, so moving on to Sagittarius, bit of lighter energy. Again, I'm Scorpio rising, so again, I'm all about dealing with shit like that personally and helping people with that. But I've also got a Sag moon, so I'm a bit of both of these signs, right? So, and we're going to have a Sag full moon eclipse coming up after this in a couple of weeks on the 26th. So I will try and get a video up. In fact, never mind try, I will get a video up. Just like, might be like one like this, or it might be separate ones. So just look out for that. Subscribe if you haven't already. So what have we got for Sagittarius for this Taurus new moon? We've got, oh my god, that one again. This is the third time this has come up. So, sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. I've just realised I'm Sag moon, I'm Aries, and one of the signs was Aries, so this does resonate for me. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be done for everyone involved in all directions of time. And I can also think of a close friend of mine, a best friend, that's got the same placements there too, so that'll resonate for her as well. So basically, yeah, wherever there's lack, so absolute, yeah, if lack of finances, but this, I feel this is like lack of any kind. Where have you been cutting off your supply of more love in your life, whether it's romantic love or increased intimacy in your existing relationship, lack of self-love, lack of good things happening in your life, because you might be like, oh, I've got everything I need, because I can often be like that, but call in more, be happier, you're allowed to be happier, you are worthy. Sagittarius, you've also got introspection, self-inventory. Yeah, so I really do feel on this new moon, you might be feeling guided to do a bit of self-inventory, you may be doing a bit of self-coaching, self-life coaching stuff for yourself. You know, perhaps, oh, that's an interesting thing to say, but perhaps that's because, you know, your full moon, and it's not just any full moon, your full moon, if you're Sag moon like me, or you're, you know, it's an eclipse, so it's life changing. So I really do feel big, and again, like I've just been sharing, I have been going through huge changes in quite a lot of areas of life, and difficult ones, but I know it's because really amazing things are coming in. So I feel that's why you're being guided to really look and go within about and process these changes that are going on. So yeah, look, chakra clearing, and really pay attention to what is no longer in alignment, and you know, again, gracefully accepting what has changed and letting it go, you know, not tightly holding on to things out of fear. By clearing your chakras, you open yourself up to profound wisdom, and I feel that's about what to do about certain situations. And wow, I mean, this is totally relevant. Emotional healing. It's safe for you to let go of old emotional pain. By doing so, you allow your heart to mend. So I really do feel there's situations here where, you know, you've not been wanting to face up to it. You've not been wanting to face up to the truth because it's painful. But you really do need to do that, because when you do that, and I got drawn to, it was 1 hour, 14 minutes, but it was 144 when I saw that, so it's going to be relevant to someone. That's a important number to me, definitely for those of you on the twin flame path. But again, become the true you. Show the world who you really are and what you're born to do, because when you move through this pain and you do that deep work, that looking inwards, that shadow work, and I feel, you know, do it with other healers to support you there, you're going to find the diamonds in the rough. You're going to find the beauty in the darkness. I just said that to Scorpio as well. So yeah, because this is my favourite. I love that this is my moon sign and this is my favourite card. This happens whenever I'm doing this. This is my favourite card in this deck. Warrior Woman. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? Yeah, because it's like I said earlier, you know, I just feel difficult things are happening for a lot of people, and it's kind of like Spirit are saying, like, listen, if all this shit is changing your life anyway, you may as well just fuck it, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, that is my challenge that I run every so often when I'm guided, and that I've ran it twice now. I've seen it like I've ran it loads out. I've ran it twice now and people have absolutely loved it, and I'll be running it again fairly soon, so look out for that, or, you know, email me if you want to get on the wait list. And I mean, the things that people have achieved from this free 5-day challenge is just absolutely incredible. I dare say in the future I will actually put a payment on that, because people just get absolutely life-changing results. But for now, it is free, as long as you are in alignment with me and my mission. You know, you'll be able to do that. Again, I'm a bit like that at the door. I'm like, who are you? You know, what are you wanting to come in here for? But again, you wouldn't be led to do it if you weren't meant to be there, unless you're one of these fuckers that's got hidden motives. But again, they don't tend to come anywhere near, because they must be wise not to do that. People that are doing shifty shit usually copy from afar and shit like that, don't they? Anyway, so enough of that. But again, blunt truth. God, what am I going to be like on the Sag full moon? Right, what do we need to know for Sagittarius placements? When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those you love. Yeah, so again, any difficult things that have been, that's very twin flamey, any difficult things that have been going on in your life, let that shit go. You know, call in that warrior energy. You know, this is all making you stronger. It's making you live your calling, your soul's purpose. And again, you know, try not to take things so seriously. I know that the changes in life can be really, really difficult. Most people don't like change, but Sagittarius placements, you've got a good sense of humour. Again, my Sag moon, I thank God, angels, spirit for it every day, because I go through so much pain having a Scorpio Pluto rising. I'm just always forever going through a death and rebirth and the Phoenix rising energy. You know, the eagle. But with every difficult thing that's happened in my life, I'm able to really look at it from a higher perspective. Not always right away. Sometimes I need to take a bit of time to myself to process, but usually I then come to quickly back to my peace. So yeah, hopefully that made sense to somebody as well, made you feel a bit better. And again, my business is prosperous. Woohoo! I'm loving this one. So again, I really do feel good times are coming, because you decided to not hold yourself back from your fears and become the true you and move through that pain, sever the vows of poverty, and that's why your business is prosperous. I love it. I rejoice in other people's successes, because I know there's plenty for everyone. Now that's interesting that I mentioned about, you know, shifty people and copying and all that, but really when you get into that energy of, listen, it doesn't really even matter if somebody copies you, because they don't know what you're about to do next, and they can't be you either. So as much as some people might try to, actually, you know, because I've had people that say to me, and this might sound a little bit bitchy, but it's true, it's my shadow popping out, is that they've said that they can absolutely tell when they found people, like videos in particular of people, and they're like, why is this person giving me Claire vibes? And it's kind of like, but it's because they can tell that it's somebody that, you know, for good, you know, some people might do that and they've got the best intentions, but it's like somebody's really like copying me too much or like trying to be me. And then they've, you know, because I've had, and it's been a few people have been like, do you know such and such? And I'll be like, yep. And it's kind of like, you know, cringe. I would be absolutely like cringing if somebody said that to me. And I'd be like, absolutely fucking not. That must be a coincidence, because at the end of the day, I cannot stand when it happens to me. I cannot stand when it happens to friends of me. I'm all about originality and being yourself. So again, it's like, do you know what I mean? It happens. Sometimes it's people. People say it's a compliment. Again, I really don't feel that from my perspective of it. But again, whatever you feel about it, whether you get really, really bothered or it doesn't bother you, whatever. If it doesn't bother you, fine. But I don't really believe people when they say that. It's about trying to come back to focusing on your mission and what you're here to do, because you cannot let people stop you in that area. They're always going to be about. Anyway, that's funny we're getting on to Capricorn, because Capricorn's quite ruthless when it comes to business. And they're all about that money, success, and climbing the hill. So again, I don't think Capricorn people would let things like that stop them. You know, because they know it's all about the business, and, you know, pivot probably is what's coming to mind. That's hilarious. Right, so what have we got for Capricorn placements? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or whenever it is in your chart if you're watching the whole thing. What have we got for Capricorn placements? We've got, oh my god, you can't make this shit up, man. This is the 4th time from memory that this card has come out for signs. So, sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty. Because again, what I was just saying about copying there as well is quite relevant, because it's like you're coming from a place of lack if you're worried about people copying you. Because again, there's plenty for all to go around. Or like if you're worried about people stealing business and all that. But again, you know, never go there. Or, you know, you might go there, but try to come back, because again, that's bullshit. Like, there's enough for all to go around. And you can't control people anyway, do you know what I mean? But it's kind of like the right people will stay loyal customers to you, and they might go to other people too, because they might be in their sole contract. So again, you know, that's definitely not something that I tend to fall into. It's more, you know, if you're feeling like you know, that injustice of somebody copying you is what I'm picking up on, but just let that go, because again, people like that fall flat on their arse eventually. Because it's not of integrity, and in the new earth it's about being of integrity and being yourself. So wherever somebody is not being themselves and they're lifting other people's stuff, they'll get found out. So hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. So again, let go of feelings of lack, and I just feel that is about letting go of any kind of shit like that that's pulling your vibe down. We've got Silver, Goddess and Insight. Yeah, so really go within to connect to that Goddess energy, that divine feminine energy. The Mother, the Maiden and the Crone is what it looks like is on there. Again, I really do feel as well the full moon and Sagittarius eclipse is going to be an important one for Capricorn placements there as well for some reason. Probably actually with Pluto retrograde and Capricorn. Yeah, I really do feel that's why you're being guided to go within, connect with the Goddess energy, and really take self-inventory about where you need to sever these vows of poverty or lack. Yeah, and sever the vows with anger as well there. So release all anger. Don't give power to negative words by saying them. Speak from your higher self and make your communications peaceful, loving. Wow, I mean, so I was wondering where Spirit were going with that, but that's really quite telling with what I've just been going on about, you know, bad feeling amongst people, because it's really not worth it. Again, you know, and things like that have come up in my life recently, and you know, we're all going to get angry at some point. Like, it's not realistic it'd be spiritual bypassing to make out like people don't get angry. I'd sooner believe somebody that said they were pissed off than, oh, I never get angry, or no, I'm not angry. It's like, whatever. It's kind of like, you know, just face up to what's made you angry. Take the time to take a chill pill or process your feelings or talk to a friend, talk to a counsellor, talk to a healer, whatever you need to do the shadow work, journal, and then, you know, cut those ties because again, you know, you don't take up too much energy being angry at something, you know what I mean? You're needed elsewhere. People need you, is what I'm being drawn to say. Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers, yeah, because you're a light worker and you know that you're here to help people. And you're going to go through tougher times than most. Tough shit, I'm afraid. And message for romance or whenever it makes sense to you for Capricorn placements. Ooh, romance indeed. That's funny because I haven't been saying it like that for the other signs, but they made me say it like that. Sexual union. Honour the place in one another where you are one eternal soul. For there you will find true bliss. So, oh my God, and they are getting it on. So, I really do feel, yeah, increased intimacy. So whether that be in the area of the bedroom or whether it be just opening up where it hasn't quite got to that stage or whatever, I really do feel for Capricorn placements there is going to be an increased intimacy there. And for existing relationships, yeah, you'll just be spending more time in the bedroom or something. I don't know, maybe with the lockdowns, going out of lockdown, people that are in relationships, people are taking the kids overnight or something, fuck knows. Let me know below. I'm going to start saying that. Watch this, somebody will copy that. But it's quite, oh, that was bitchy, but you know what I mean, that's quite fun. Let me know below. That rhymes. I've never heard anyone else say that, so that's my thing. Let me know below. Right, so that could mean other things, but I mean let me know in the comments, to be clear. Anyway, we create habits and problems to fulfill a need. When I can find a positive way to fulfill the need, I can release the problem. Yeah, so there's been beef. There's been beef with someone here for Capricorn placements, and, you know, just look deep within about what that's triggering within you. If someone's annoying you or you perceive somebody to have done something bad to you, release the anger around that. I release all feelings of negativity and guilt. There's a clear theme here, guys. So again, really do let me know below because I'm interested to what that's all about. Right, so right, Aquarius, and it's right. So what do Aquarius need to know on this Taurus new moon? Aquarius sun, moon, rising, Venus, or wherever the Aquarius energy is in your chart. We've got gratitude list. Counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. Now, there's more on the card, but see what I just done there, right? That's never a coincidence. Again, you know, for those of you that are new to me, it's involuntary movements. Like every word that I say, every movement, any kind of, if I just sort of leaned over and watch this, I'll do it. I'll pull a random card out of the tarot deck here and it'll be relevant, drama, interesting. Yeah, so we'll blend that into the message in a minute. Any kind of anything that happens, like me randomly picking that, or if I get drawn to a word or whatever, it's all part of how spirit used me. And again, as far as I'm aware, that is really something that is really quite unique to me. Now, that's quite interesting that I'm on Aquarius, and that's about being uniquely you and originality. But again, you know, I've never seen anybody that gets used in quite the same way. You know, there's been a few people that might be slightly similar that I've come across on YouTube before over the years, but again, still they're not exactly like me because they're not me. But it's interesting. It very much kind of like, it's definitely, you know, whether you see that as the mediumship. Again, I don't tend to refer to that part of what I'm doing the channeling as mediumship. To me, mediumship is when I'm talking to dead people, to be blunt. But other people see mediumship as what I'm doing right now. So it's just like kind of like some words mean different things to different people. But all I know is, you know, there is something here about when, so I'm just going to some teaching moment. Can we stop teaching during that? Again, Sagittarius moon, I'm a mediumship mentor as well as the different. So sorry, I'm going somewhere else in my mind here. But again, this is what I'm trying to say. They're trying to they're teaching as I'm saying this. But when I'm sort of floating off, this is because Aquarius placements have been floating off in a daydream, or you're getting tongue-tied, you know, because I couldn't quite read that sentence properly. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is not where I'm at. This is where you're at. Somebody watching this. It won't be everyone, but it's somebody watching this. So let me know below. I'm going to keep saying that in the comments. If it's you. That doesn't have the same ring to it, so let me know below. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of the universe, because I really do feel there's been drama in your life of late, and you know, I really do feel you need to be counting your blessings to pull you away from that drama. And again, I really do feel that is the Uranus in Taurus, and because we're in Taurus season, Uranus is the planet of awakening, shocks, surprises that can be like unexpected and unpleasant shocks and surprises that can be very pleasant and unexpected surprises. I definitely know for a lot of people I've been supporting recently, it's been a lot of unexpected dramatic changes in friendships, love relationships, to even family, but you know, just real kind of, and again, Uranus is unexpected. It also rules Aquarius, so this is why it's important that I'm telling you this right now. But Uranus and Taurus affects us all. We're in Taurus season, and it's just going to affect us all for a long time. And it's just basically there's lots of changes going on with close connections, so that might have been affecting you too. So that's where the drama's coming in with that. And again, sorry, because Taurus is this physical world, so again, changes to the physical world, and also on a macro level, think about the changes that are going on in the physical world, whether that's good changes like coming out of lockdowns, or again, expect unexpected, we go back into lockdowns. Sorry, but it's the truth. I've got my Uranus in Sag next to my Sag moon. I'm going to tell you the blunt truth, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, you can just click off and go and watch somebody else that's going to tell you the fluffy shit. That ain't me. So what have we got for Aquarius placements? We've got, yeah, because again, what did I just say? I'm going to tell you my inner truth. I'm going to channel the truth that Spirit is telling me to pass on. I'm going to communicate my truth. You need to communicate your truth, Aquarius placements. And like I say, I was saying that like with Uranus next to my Sagittarius moon is blunt and honest anyway, and usually uses a lot of humour with it. But with Uranus there, it's like it really is expect unexpected what's going to come out my mouth. But again, it's half the time it's just as a shock to me as what it is to other people, trust me. And that's why I say, like, I've never saw anybody that gets used by Spirit in quite the same way. But again, because they're not me, so you shouldn't be seeing anybody that's like you, otherwise they probably are trying to copy you. But again, you can sometimes, like I say, people I've come across on YouTube, they're definitely not copying me, because I've got like about fucking 15 million more followers than me. It just obviously has probably got a bit of similar placements or something, or I don't know, the divine is using us in a similar way. You know, because they won't have the same personality, but just similar ways of doing things. So financial healing, so that's good with the gratitude list count. So it reminds me of that book like Thank and Grow Rich, you know, by that Pam Ground. So maybe somebody needs to read that right now. But again, it is that kind of idea. That's funny, I've got it on Audible, I've not even listened to it. But it is about, you know, I'm generally picking up, it's about, you know, just being grateful for everything, because gratitude is the way to manifest more money or anything. Your money struggles are a thing of the past. Be open to all avenues to receiving, and you'll be provided for in every way. So that is nice. And again, if money things weren't a problem of late, just call in more. Again, you're worthy. Taurus is about abundance, it's about luxury. Don't settle for, you know, the bare minimum, or because you've got everything you need, don't, you know, shutting off the more coming in. Call it in, baby, call it in. Right, so, yep, because you're a light worker, and you know, this is interesting because this card always reminds me of feeling a bit lonely, and Aquarius is detachment, and I really do feel, you know, perhaps you're in a part of the world that's still in a lockdown, or perhaps the lockdown is just attributed to you feeling a bit anxious or cut off. But I really do feel there is this kind of, you know, really feeling like you came here with some greater purpose and feeling like you need to crack on with it. Again, yeah, connecting to your priest or priestess energy. You know, how are you being called to step up and lead in these weird times? You know, make sure that you're doing that and gathering with your soul tribe. It's all coming together, intuitive hits, soul tribe, you know, connect with those people that are going to support you with that journey, because being a light worker, light warrior, starseed, whatever you want to call yourself, it really ain't easy. Ascension is rough and tough. Sometimes you're kind of like, really? I chose this to happen in my life at this particular time with what's going on in the world? Are you fucking kidding me? But yeah, you did. Again, this is what I've been saying to myself of late, and I really do feel you have been saying that to yourself too. Again, if that's you, let me know below. And we've got power. You instinctively know what's right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. So again, I really do feel there's something about, like what I just said, boundaries with people, whether it's in love, friendships, even family in some cases. Where do you need to take your power back? Where do you need to say no? Where have you been people pleasing, which I said earlier is a low-key trauma response in some cases. You know, you need to, oh my God, yeah. You need to, you know, it might cause a bit of drama, you speaking your truth, but I really do feel it needs to happen here, because you're holding yourself back from your greater purpose when you don't speak your truth about where you're not happy. Jesus, this message has been coming through for everyone. It is safe for me to look within. Each time I look deeper into myself, I will find incredibly beautiful treasures. That reminds me of the message I was bringing through for Scorpio about, you know, when it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars, about the beauty in the darkness. So I do feel through whatever difficulty you're having, or it might not have happened yet, they're pulling me the death card over there, and that's about endings. Again, wherever there's an ending, there's a new beginning, but this theme is strong today. I'm recording this on the 10th, and the 10th is a number of endings. My inner world is peaceful. Like, Spirit want you to get back to the peaceful times in your life that you deserve, that we all deserve. So wherever there's been upset, make sure that you're not staying there too long. Upset and drama is what I want to say. Right, it's been coming through for a lot of people. Right, so last but not least, let's get on to Pisces now. What do we need to know for Pisces, for this Taurus new moon? Pisces sun, moon, rising, Venus. We've got savings. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favour as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and a path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. That's very connected to the message that I just gave to Aquarius, this sign before you. So you might want to watch their message, or you might want to set aside over an hour and a half to watch the whole thing. Because there's going to be bits and bobs of things for people all about the place. So I really do feel there is this feeling of when you put aside a bit of money and you save, whether in a bank account or in a, you know, a jar or something, it's going to help you to feel more abundant. And you might be like, oh, I'm all right for money, but that's fine. But there's just something about calling in more. There's this thing that keeps, I've been channeling it all night for the signs about, even if you feel like you're okay for things like money and you know you don't need any more of stuff, like we can all call in more. Like, this is an abundant universe, and abundance is your birthright. Don't let the evil in the world fool you into making you think otherwise, because look, dress rehearsal. This world is an illusion, guys. Alternative course choices. I really do feel you're being given choices on this new moon, and I feel it's about choices. I want to pull another one of them. Choices to do with travel. Well, oh, it might go right. Okay, I think they're going controversial again. This could be to do with, I don't like to say the word, but vaccines. This could be like somebody, this is a specific message. I do feel that somebody watching this might have been confused about what to do about that. Perhaps you've been really feeling called to go on a holiday, and what I would say, me personally, and what, you know, it's coming from Spirit too, but me personally, I am definitely not going to be taking any form of vaccine. I don't trust them whatsoever. I think people are really going to regret that. Maybe not right away, but oh yeah, it was a bit sore, or, you know, I'm not noticing any side effects. But again, Spirit have been guiding me to research on different social media platforms before I took a wee break there, and I'm seeing a very common denominator of many people joking about it, feeling like your soul left your body. You know, and they're probably having a laugh about, you know, when you get a jag, your arm can feel heavy and that. But that, if it was one person to me, I honestly saw about 20 comments on this post of people, you know, saying that, and that's scary, because that is my feeling, is that you're being disconnected from your heart center, from the new earth energies, and you're being disconnected from your intuition. So rather heavy message. It's not going to resonate for everyone. It's controversial, but hey, don't shoot the messenger. With Mercury, the messenger in Gemini, that rules Gemini. I've got a North Node in Gemini in the controversial 8th house. It's going to happen a lot, guys, because the North Node is in Gemini. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've got. Just wait till it goes direct, because it's retrograde right now, but I've got it direct. I think I'm going to be even more direct than even I could even imagine. I don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, but basically, to get back to this message, Pisces, you know, you're going on a journey. This could be a literal journey. Considering going on a journey. This could be a spiritual journey. You know, something to do with location here, but you're being given choices, and just make sure you make the right choice for you, but just make sure you're not signing your life away for a holiday. I said it. Signing your freedom away for a holiday. We're already getting our move, every move is getting tracked. Become the true you. Show the world who you really are and what you were born to do. Yeah, so make sure that you're being true to yourself, whatever that looks like. And because that's what the new earth is all about. Being true to you, being uniquely you. Now, this is going to be really interesting if this video ends up finishing on the 144. Let's just see where the cookie crumbles, but that may well happen. What have we got for Pisces? Yep, I thought so, and I was wondering when this was going to come out. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. And again, I was just talking about the new earth. So again, the new earth is about being uniquely you. And it's interesting because, you know, I'll spit controversial again, but I'll say it. You know, Pisces energy has a tendency, whether you mean to or not, of copying. You know, it's the chameleon energy. So many people, I can think of many experiences where this has happened to me, and I can think of where it's happened to other people, where someone's got a strong Pisces sun, moon, rising, in particular, and, you know, they're picking up ways of being of other people, even if they don't mean to. It does happen. So just, if that is you, be aware of keeping it original, being your, you know, be true to you. You know, you don't need to be like anybody else. You know, also there's other like elements in that about be careful, because again, you know, you're gonna piss people off, and also like copyright and all that kind of shit. But I don't know why I'm saying that, but again, it's come through quite a lot with the stuff that's going on here. Like for all the messages, the theme here. Keep yourself right is what I want to say, if that's you, and if someone's done it to you, you know, again, nobody's perfect, but just take that message where it resonates. But yeah, it's happening. You know, we are creating the new earth with every decision that we make. So probably that's why it's coming through. Because again, not everybody that copies somebody or maybe imitates them a bit much, you know, it's sometimes people do it without realising it. There's a lot of people that do realise, and really ought to be a little bit worried, because it's not being of integrity. It annoys me when people do that to friends of mine. It really annoys when people do it to me. It doesn't annoy me as much anymore, because you just got to let it be, you know what I mean? You cannot control people, guys. Let it go. But again, the new earth is about when you're not being yourself, it won't last. You know, something will crumble. It's gonna end on the 144. This is too funny because I've got one more card. When it comes to matters of the heart, there's no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So this is, you know, it could be about romance, but it can be about any decision you make. Because if you think about what I was talking about, it's like, you know, you might have made a decision where, yeah, you have actually kind of imitated somebody's work a bit too much, and you might think, shit, oh Christ, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I have. And, you know, nobody's perfect. As long as you kind of recognise that and you right your wrongs and you apologise where necessary if you're feeling drawn to, then, you know, all good. But it's all a lesson. But anyway, right, I'm going to end it on the 144 with this message. So, my past is part of the richness and the fullness of life. Without my past mistakes and all, I would not be here today. I love myself and my willingness to learn and grow. Yeah, everybody makes mistakes. Thanks, guys. Comment below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. I actually really enjoyed doing this. It's went a bit longer than an hour, but that's absolutely fine. The people that are meant to watch this will. I'm sending you lots of love for this new moon in Taurus, and again, I'll see you on the next video. See you later.